Hello everybody, I am the Arkham One.
And I am Rugrats1991.
And there is a huge and super nostalgic game that's being remastered. Spongebob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom.
Well, getting remade, or in this case, rehydrated. This cult classic video game from 2003 is finally making a return to the current generation of consoles, and fans are hyped. Ever since the teaser dropped, the internet exploded with joy at the sight of their childhood rising from the grave.
We are no exception to this. This cult classic video game is said to be one of, if not the best licensed video games ever made. In this video, we will be talking about the information we know so far of Spongebob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated.
This video will be pretty much in no particular order. This was all the stuff we gathered from a developer's interview at Gamescom in Germany, plus with our thoughts on the new developers for this game, what system we are both aiming to get it on once it comes out, and our own thoughts on the game overall. If anyone wants to check out another collab between Ark and I, we did a review on Ben 10 Alien Swarm over on my channel, and you can check it out when this is all over if you want. Maybe it'll be at the end card if Ark wants to be a good friend. But without further ado, this is everything we know about Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated, so far.
It's known that Spongebob Squarepants is easily one of the most iconic cartoon characters ever made, whether you like his show or not. He has one of the largest cartoon series ever, with 12 seasons as of now, and has been around for 20 years.
And we know he's not slowing down anytime soon. With now 3 movies, over 200 episodes, a freaking Broadway show, as well as various other merchandising, we don't see signs of this yellow sponge dying out anytime soon. SpongeBob has become an animation icon with the likes of Scooby-Doo, Bugs Bunny, and Mickey Mouse, and is the 5th longest running animated show next to the likes of The Simpsons, Family Guy, and South Park. And while some other popular media icons have died out, SpongeBob has only increased in popularity even through his worst moments. Some fans even feared the show will dip once again now that series creator Stephen Hillenburg passed on after a battle with ALS.
Not only is SpongeBob an iconic character with a popular cartoon show, but he also has a very popular set of video games. These include, but are not limited to, SpongeBob SquarePants movie game, Truth or Square, Creature from the Krusty Krab, and of course, Battle for Bikini Bottom. Now what really makes this game deserving of a remake? Well, it had care put into it, even with it mostly known as a children's game. Amazing locations, unique and fluid sets of moves, fun characters, and just it being more than a decent SpongeBob game. It's not perfect by any means, but it's really fun.
And while SpongeBob is really taking a nosedive into the pile of other bad licensed games thanks to Activision, it was the likes of THQ Nordic with their announcement to bring back 16 Nickelodeon franchises with tie-in games to current systems, including SpongeBob, as well as Tak and the Power of Juju, Avatar, Rugrats, and others. And together with newcomers Purple Lamp Studios, they have answered people's prayers, and on June 5th, 2019, it was announced that Battle for Bikini Bottom would be getting remade under the name Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated.
THQ Nordic, formerly known as just THQ or Toy Headquarters, published the original SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom with the development team Heavy Iron Studios on October 31st, 2003. The original THQ was founded in the middle of 1990 and lasted until early 2013. Before THQ went bankrupt, they were known for developing and publishing other famous games like Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights, SpongeBob SquarePants movie game, Destroy All Humans, the Darksiders series, and the early Saints Row series. I personally love many games they made as a child, and I remember missing them for some time. Younger me didn't have the internet to figure out that they went bankrupt. By the way, how did they go bankrupt? Based on my findings from the Polygon website, multiple things caused THQ to perish. First, the 2008 recession greatly decreased the company's wealth and started declining from there. As other companies rebuilt themselves after the recession, they could not. Another reason was that they made mostly licensed games. Though licensed games were their biggest success, they did not expect the turn of the genre. Wait, are licensed games our genre? Oh, they aren't. The turn of licensed games as a whole. Mobile games. Suddenly, THQ games were collecting dust on store counters. Of course, there are other reasons, but those two are the main ones. THQ was up for grabs at an auction in 2012 and later on was acquired by Nordic Games in 2014. 2 years later, they renamed themselves THQ Nordic. Things were pretty silent till summer of 2019 when a trailer for SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated came out. So, we got THQ here developing this remake. but I think they need a little help. Now, just who could they get help from?
Purple Lamp Studios is a rather new game development studio that is located in Austria. Battle for Bikini Bottom Rehydrated is the second game that they are developing. Well, first full game since they are doing the second half of the Guild 3, which is coincidentally being published by THQ Nordic. Some fans were upset at the fact that Heavy Iron Studios will not be overseeing the development of Rehydrated with Purple Lamp, but Heavy Iron has wished Purple Lamp the best of luck with this remake, and honestly, they're gonna need it because they have a lot of game to faithfully remake in spuntastic splendor, going off of the description, and that's including the stuff that was cut from the original game. But considering what was revealed at Gamescom with the pre-alpha build, I think Purple Lamp will be just fine. And don't worry, they are making sure they listen to fans to make this remake the best that it can be.
The original SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom game was made for the PlayStation 2, Xbox, GameCube, GBA, and PC when it came out, and you can bet that Rehydrated will be out for more recent systems. So far, then the game will be out on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, and PC. There shouldn't be a difference for what system you get the game on. There might be a slight graphical change, like maybe just a slight difference in the art, but only the tiniest bit, so it'll be kind of hard to notice. And maybe a lower frame rate for Nintendo Switch, but I'm not sure how powerful the Nintendo Switch is itself, so I can't really judge. We'll just have to see. Me personally, I'm getting the game on PlayStation 4 and possibly doing a Let's Play on it, so stay tuned for that on my channel if you are interested.
It's no surprise that games would often have to cut stuff out from the final product for various reasons. Some stuff would often get cut early or later on in development, and can have a way to be accessed and explored through means of digging in the game's files and playing them through an emulator. Battle for Bikini Bottom is no exception when it comes to cut content. Some of it ranges from textures, early versions of some in-game items, walking and idle animations, and levels. And when this game getting brought back, it would only make sense for the cut content to finally see the light of day actually finished and playable in-game. In terms of levels, there was a Robot Squirrel boss as well as an extension to Patch Extreme involving food. The Robot Squirrel was cut early on and concept art is seen in-game. Patch Extreme was unfinished and has no skybox, as well as early versions of the tikis and tons of non-functional items. Those are the only two pieces of cut content confirmed to be going into Rehydrated, but it begs the question where it'll fit in the main game. Answer: it's not going to be in there. The developers stated that the main game will be untouched, which does make sense seeing how they would need to change up the storyline and drop 2 golden spatulas to add those 2 levels in there to keep it at 100 total. How these levels are going to be added in the game at all is up in the air. It's still too early to tell, but the developers have confirmed that we'll be seeing more stuff regarding the game soon. Maybe those levels would just be DLC like Stormy's Sin and Future Tense from Crash Insane Trilogy. All we can do is wait right now.
So, THQ Nordic has confirmed about having all the voices of the original game back. This means that all the original voices of Spongebob Squarepants Battle for Bikini Bottom should be returning to Rehydrated, which is pretty awesome. Tom Kenny is Spongebob, Mr. Lawrence is Plankton, Carolyn Lawrence is Sandy, and even Barnacle Boy's voice actor Tim Conway should be back. Rest in peace, our dear, dear friend. And with all the voices coming back, some people want Mr. Krabs' original voice actor, Clancy Brown, to do his voice for the game instead of Joe White. It would be cool to have Clancy Brown back, but we will have to see what happens.
Thus, the question on everyone's mind, besides another that I'll get into later. It's no secret that Battle for Bikini Bottom is popular among the speedrunning community with its various shortcuts and glitches, but considering that these glitches can break the game in half, it'll get people wondering if Purple Lamp will recreate these glitches. Now, the developers are aware of the speedrunning community, however, they don't want to intentionally make the game as glitchy as before. Hold on, hear me out. There are going to be people who will go out of their way to find glitches for speedrunning, so it's not all going to be tarnished. But trust me on this, that they'll find a way to break Rehydrated like the original. And this may not be on a topic of glitches, but I wanted to add that the developers are planning to add back in the cheat codes. It's not confirmed, but that would be cool. We really don't see cheat codes in games nowadays, mostly DLC and mods. Just thought I'd add that in before I forget.
THQ Nordic and Purple Lamp Studios are developing a new game mode to go with this Rehydrated reboot. Horde Mode. The new Horde Mode is a co-op and possibly online multiplayer brawl against all kinds of robots. You can choose either Spongebob Squarepants, Sandy Cheeks, or Patrick Star, which are the only characters in the game. It would have been cool to have up to like 4 characters or many different players besides 2 or 3, but who knows, since it's technically still in development. Let's hope this is as big as the developers make it to be. There could be different arenas based on different levels of the game, but that's just a guess. That's something I wish would happen. I'm pretty excited to see what really happens though.
Obviously, with the news of Battle for Bikini Bottom coming back, people are wondering if other SpongeBob games like the movie game and Lights Camera Pants will make a comeback. Luckily, the developers were asked on the fact, and basically, if Rehydrated does well, then there could be a return of other SpongeBob games. However, the movie game will be the least likely, reason being is that the movie is owned by Paramount. THQ Nordic and Purple Lamp would need to get permission from Paramount in order to remake the movie game. But other games like Lights Camera Pants and Creature from the Krusty Krab, for instance, would be able to make a return because they already have a partnership with Nickelodeon. And I know that the movie game comes next in the list, but take into consideration what would need to happen in order for that game to come back. Other games from SpongeBob can easily be done. And besides, Purple Lamp is focusing all their time and energy on making Rehydrated the best that it can be, and I respect that. So don't go all ape crap. Good things take time.
Here's a fun fact. The original SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for Bikini Bottom game ran mostly at 60 frames per second, which was really impressive to achieve for 3D platforms back then. Granted, it's nothing new, but still really impressive. Rehydrated is going for 60 frames per second as well with the improved graphics and art. With some tweaks in the gameplay we have seen so far, it would be amazing to see what potential this game truly holds. Smooth as butter. Yeah, I'm never saying that again.
It's too early to say now because we just got gameplay footage and it's the pre-alpha build, but I'll try my best. Besides the obvious reusing of voice clips in the music, the cutscenes are obviously the same, just reanimated and given more to them due to the evolution of technology. Sound effects have been reused in some way, and the level layout is exactly like in the original. SpongeBob's animations, as well as the movesets that are available at the time, have been recreated, which is awesome to see. Some sound effects are different, like when you pick up shiny objects in SpongeBob's underwear. Speaking of which, the underwear and Patrick's socks are now in bubbles instead of floating in midair. And the bubble stomp has been given some more use. You can now stomp on regular enemies and they'll end up getting squished. SpongeBob now flashes when hit by hazards and the knockback has been reduced. The robots have now been given different colored eyes depending on the situation. Green means they don't see you, red means they do. The tikis have been given a fresh coat of paint. Most notably, the standard tikis now have a different color pattern. The spit attack now has a bit of a rainbow trail when used, which is honestly pretty neat. Jellyfish Fields now takes place around sunset to give the level some more variety. Does this mean that Kelp Forest is going to be brighter? Because honestly, that level is a pain to navigate through. And the jellyfish now give off an area of attack after a few seconds when too close. Plus, King Jellyfish has an electric shield around him before he does his attacks. Hans has been programmed in, but is only used when you walk off the area too long. Also, the move where you can use the spin attack to give yourself more distance after a jump isn't there. I really hope that is added back in, because that can save players as well as give them some extra distance. But obviously, not a lot of stuff has been added in due to this being in pre-alpha, as well as this being a demo. So the teleport boxes, bungee jumping, as well as other items in Jellyfish Fields have not been added in yet. And it seems that Purple Lamp is taking extra liberties with the remake, and I applaud them for that. I know I've been praising these guys a lot, but considering that they have so much stuff recreated and added so far, I can't help but be a happy lad. This is going to be a quick section, but I will be getting Rehydrated on PS4, because I own a PS4 and I have the original on PS2. Plus, PlayStation is one of my favorite consoles. I don't think I need to expand upon that reason.
If you are watching this video, then chances are that you've seen the pre-alpha footage for Rehydrated already, probably what's playing now as we speak. Now, how cool would it be to actually play the demo we saw? Well, there is a chance at that. Granted, having a beta or a demo is a consideration and nothing else as of yet, but it would be awesome to get a chance at playing the game before release. Would it be in Jellyfish Fields, Downtown Bikini Bottom, or even Horde Mode? Well, we'll just have to find out. My money's on Jellyfish Fields.
This is going to be fairly simple. We don't have a concrete release date. only 2020 and when I'm ready on Steam. Plus, the game is still early in development, seeing how Purple Lamp just got the pre-alpha build working as a demo. Obviously, they have a lot to do with recreating every level because they are huge and have a lot of stuff in them. And it's not like they could just get it done quick, otherwise it'll turn out like the PS3 digital download port of the movie game, because that's neither. This is a remake from the ground up and will physically be released on disc, or a game cart on a Nintendo Switch. Naturally, the developers want to take their time and we all have to respect that. If I had to guess, maybe summer to fall 2020, or maybe around Christmas. But then again, there's the problem with competition. However, considering the teaser is one of THQ Nordic's most popular videos on the YouTube channel, plus the legacy of the game and what they showed at Gamescom, it's safe to say that this game will do fine when it comes out. When? 2020, that's all we got right now.
The game overall looks really good. However, I have a couple nitpicks. I like the art style, but maybe not as much as the original. It's so bright and looks vastly different from other games and SpongeBob himself. The animation seems so off, but I bet there are some tweaks going to be made for that by next year. Those are the only nitpicks I have about the game, or at least the bigger ones, and of course these points are just my opinion. There's a lot about what I like though. The original music is back, the color mix is well done so far, the robots look amazing and detailed, the jellyfish are better to take down, and they plan to change the difficulty for some levels to make it more fair, like Kelp Forest. I'm truly excited for what comes in the future. What about you, Rugrats?
Personally, I'm hyped for this as much as I was with the Invader Zim movie. Obviously this is in pre-alpha and stuff will get improved down the line. As much as I was expecting the music to get remixed, I'm glad that it'll stay the same because some tracks you can't remix, it's great on their own. Same goes for the voice clips because they're hilarious as is. Except Mr. Krabs, Clancy Brown needs to re-record the lines. I'm excited to try out Robo Squidward, Patrick's Dream, and the new Horde mode because they honestly sound like fun. I really have no nitpicks except for the mid-air spin attack thing that I hope gets added back in, as well as the ham on Hammer now being metallic and not an actual ham. I really do have faith in Purple Lamp and hope that the THQ/Nickelodeon deal works out well, because I honestly would like to see Tack finally make a return after the awful TV show, as well as seeing the Nicktoons Unite series come back. And if anyone has the nerve to call Rehydrated the Dark Souls of SpongeBob when it comes out, I will find Cash Paducah and have him blast his Fruit Bazooka into Society Skulls because they clearly don't understand that licensed games don't have to be easy just because based off of popular icons. Something Acclaim clearly didn't learn because screwed over by the Olsen twins. And while I'm on the topic of the Olsen twins, their cartoon can go die in a hole because that show is not worth remembering and you know it. There I said it, I am a hack, sue me.
The Olsen twins again? For you guys that don't know, that's been a running joke on Fabulous Fish's Discord. That joke will never die, unfortunately. Link is in the description below if you want to see us there.
The joke will die when I lose interest. Right now I will keep beating it into submission because I do not get how they got that much fame.
Anyway, thank you so much Rugrats for helping me out for this review. If you guys want to check out a review I helped out with on his channel, tap or click the card on the top right of the screen now. He makes some really awesome reviews and does let's plays from time to time.
Glad I could come on and do this, Ark. If anyone wants to check out other stuff that I do, I have a Wattpad, as well as an archive.org account and Discord. Now if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go wait for Rehydrated to come out. But first, screw so little time.
Really?
I am a hack, sue me! Quack!
You don't quack, I'm the true duck. Anyway, thank you all for watching this overview and special shout out to Rugrats for helping with the script, lines, and for the idea itself. And before I forget, a very special thanks to the SpongeBob fanbase for helping this game being brought back to life. Let's see what THQ Nordic and Purple Lamp Studios have in store for us. See ya next time!